There is a trend on LinkedIn right now, Indian tourists behaving badly at international destinations. There are videos, there are articles, everybody has a take on it. And I want to say something about this because I haven't seen anybody else say this. I started my career as a trip leader and I've worked with over 50 nationalities in the last 3 decades. These were luxury groups, these were budget groups, there were corporate groups, there were independent travelers. They were from Europe, they were from Americas, they were from Middle East, they were from Asia, they were from Africa, they were from Australia, they were from every part of the world. Trust me when I say that, and I say that with complete professional authority, difficult tourist behavior is not an Indian problem. It is a human problem. As I said, I started off as a trip leader. So in my years leading groups through India, I have seen guests from some of the world's wealthiest and so-called cultured nations walk out of luxury 5-star hotel properties with items that didn't belong to them. I have seen international tourists treat local staff in ways that would not be acceptable in their own home countries. And I have seen travelers demand that destinations change to accommodate them rather than adapting themselves. Every nationality, every income level, every so-called culture. The difference is not behavior. The difference, I think, is who's being filmed. Right now, there seems to be an India bashing trend. Indians are visible, our numbers speak for themselves, we are the fastest growing outbound travel market. We were projected to hit 50 million outbound travelers, that number's increasing. And when there is visibility would invite a scrutiny. But let's be honest about what's actually happening. When a non-Indian tourist behaves badly, it's an individual incident. When an Indian tourist behaves badly, it's a cultural indictment of 1.4 billion people. That's double standard. That's not analysis. It is bias. There is also another side to this. There are Indian travelers who treat every temple, every natural site, every local community with genuine reverence. These are people who are very generous with their money. These are people who traveled for transformation and they come home transformed rather than merely entertained. They go back to destinations. It could be the same destination 5 times over because they fell in love with it. And that Indian traveler may not be a majority, but that Indian traveler never goes viral. The industry I have spent 35 years in has a choice. It can keep amplifying the worst examples of every nationality for engagement. And that is exactly what it is. This is engagement farming. Or it can do harder, more honest work of understanding what responsible tourism actually requires from operators, from destinations, and yes, from travelers of every passport. I agree we are a little difficult. I agree we are a little bit more vocal. I agree we are people who express ourselves. But so do other nationalities. I've worked with multiple nationalities. And if we were to go down that road and we wanted to do culture bashing, trust me, there would be no travelers. Nobody would be traveling to any country after that.